Hello YouTube, I'm Rob and this is Carlos. Yes, I finally got him back. Took like a week and a half. It's hard to believe he actually is a permanent member of the channel. But he doesn't live with me, so it's hard to get recording done. His house does not have good recording conditions, so can't record there.
Not at all.
But we are Arrowhead YGO. And today we're coming at you with a discussion video about
The Yosenjus.
which is his favorite archetype. Not deck, but his favorite archetype. So I figured, what better of a video to bring him back in with than his favorite archetype? And basically just how Yosenjus just wreck the meta, especially Necros. Necros get raped by the anti-meta build of Yosenjus.
Alright, so let's begin this. Alright, Yosenjus have two builds. They got their pendulum build and they got their anti-meta build. The pendulum build we don't even care about. We're not going to talk about it.
It's not consistent enough.
Too many creatures, if you ask me. It's like you said, not consistent enough. Not until they get more support for that. Maybe more pendulum monsters. Maybe they should do it like how Cleese do it. I don't know. Until then, I'm going to be playing this anti-meta build I'm playing. So, let's talk about the anti-meta build. The anti-meta build, you're only using the effect monsters of the Yosenjus. You could use one of the pendulum monsters. I forget which one sometimes.
Which one? There's only three. There's the two like walls that are only really good for special summoning out through pendulum summons, like using them as pendulum monsters. And then there's dieback, and he can only be brought out by a pendulum summon.
I'm pretty sure I'm talking about the right wall, the right one.
Either way.
Anyway, so you could use one on the right side of the pendulum because your Yosenjus can't be destroyed on the field while he's on the field, or can't be attacked. But I don't care about that because it doesn't matter. They're going back to my hand at the end of the turn anyway. All right. Yeah, we go around that card as well, but we'll talk about that later. Yosenjus, they stop the meta in so many different ways, so many different ways, and it really stops a bunch of decks. Let's talk about their best matchup, Necros. I'm not saying Yosenjus were built just to fight Necros, but they just do
with how easy the matchup is, it's hard to believe they weren't.
Yeah. Necros are not built to face Yosenjus.
Which is the real reason why Necros are the best matchup for Yosenjus. Because Necros aren't designed to stop the anti-meta Yosenjus. Even if you don't really get the anti-meta variant of it, which is Fossil Dyna, they're not designed to beat them. So their soft locks don't do anything to you as a Yosenju player.
Yep, because their soft lock is making that I can't special summon, or I can't do anything with the extra deck, all that type of stuff. A Yosenju player does not care.
They barely play the extra deck anyway.
I have 15 cards in the extra deck because Cleans are a thing. Anyway, Yosenjus, we do not care about their soft lock. We do not care about their Unicorn. We don't care about their Mrjunk. We're gonna get around them. We are gonna get right through them. We're gonna shoot right through, because Combo 1 is a card, and it stops their soft locks. It kills it right in their tracks. It stops their Unicorn, and even if they get Unicorn and Colossus on the field, Combo 1 could send the Colossus back in hand. I'd rather have that back in hand. And then if we have Mrjunk on the field, we can run over to the Unicorn. So I'm not caring about you, Necros. Next deck to talk about against them. Shaddolls. Shaddolls, they're a bit more tricky. They're kind of like facing a Necros deck, but they could have boss monsters in the main deck. Most Shaddol decks are running not Teledad.
Not Teledad. Teledad's the deck.
Sorry.
Dark Arm Dragon and BLS.
Yeah, they usually run those two guys and boss monsters. since the most consistent build of Shadolf's is the Chaos build.
Which can easily get lights and darks in the grave, and easily only have 3 darks in the grave.
Yes, because they love playing around with their graveyard. But we're not talking about Shadolfs in this video most of the time. We're talking about Yosenjus. That's why they're a bit harder. Those 2 cards are a pain in my ass. But if they put Dark Arm Dragon on the field, I'm usually about to get OTK no matter what I do.
Yeah.
That's why we play cards like Threatening Roar. But I digress. So, with those 2 in mind, it's still not that hard of a matchup. Construct and Winda are no pains in the butts for me. Construct we could send right back to the extra deck with combo 1. Same thing with Winda.
Yeah, but the thing was with Winda actually just hurts the shadow player more than it does you.
Yeah,
because you barely special summon, and they now can only special summon once.
Let's just put this in. Let's just say this now. Special summon floodgates do not hurt the deck.
Go ahead, drop a vanities. I'll let you keep it.
You would not believe how many times I would go for normal summons and someone would flip a vanities over.
I'll just drop a comma 2 and a comma 3. Or a comma 1 and a comma 3. Bounce your Winda back. Say you had Winda and it can't be destroyed by card effects.
Right.
Alright, so I'll just bounce your Winda back, not triggering vanities.
Mm-hmm.
Attack, comma 3 will let you search for the comma 2. And you just keep going between that.
Right.
Between comma 1, comma 2, and comma 3, based on what you're facing down. And while they have vanities, they can't do shit.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, their flip effects do kind of hurt.
That's right. Doesn't comma 1 only target a face-up card?
Face-up card. So flip effects, that's their way to get around fucking A.
Yosenjus?
Yes, Yosenjus. Sorry, I had a brain fart and a half right there. That's their best way to get around it in their first game. They might have a side. I'm not too sure. Anyway, let's talk about the next deck. Burning Abyss. Play Falsadata. You win.
Falsadata, GG, bro.
Not even lying about that. They only have 1 creature in their main deck that could go over that. Which is Sir.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Didn't they get another one that has, like...
Farfa?
Yeah, I think Farfa can. I don't know. No. I don't know Burning Abyss offhand. I don't know, like, their attack points of the original ones.
No, we do not. But we do know that Sir's the only one with 1,600 attack points and can get over a Falsadata in defense mode. But except for that, I'm not really caring. You're not making Dante anyway. You're not making Virgil anyway. You're not making that terrible acid golem anyway.
And if you play it, you're not making Malakota either.
Yeah, because we're talking about meta, and meta don't really play Malakota. They play his spell card, but they don't play him himself. Go figure. Anyway, next deck. Let's talk about Satellars. Satellars, that's a toss in the air. I swear I haven't faced enough Satellar decks to tell you which one's better.
It can go either way. It just really, when you're going against Satellas, how fast can you get your Fossil Dyna? That will determine whether or not you beat Satellas. How fast can you get your Fossil Dyna?
But, you know, you go to side against Satellas like I do. When I face Satellas, I put in my summon limit and my light imprisoning mirror.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything after that. But now let's talk about Yosenju's hardest matchup, the Cleaves. Cleave Port are my biggest pain in the ass.
Yeah, it just rapes him.
I am losing 80% of the time, no matter what I do. And you can say I can sideboard. A lot of my sideboard is for the Cleave matchup. It's still just not enough sometimes. It's just not enough.
Yeah, relying on like 6 cards to beat a whole deck isn't enough. It's not going to do it for you. Maybe sometimes, but not consistently enough.
Like I said, I will beat a Cleave deck here and there, but it's just not going to happen all the time. It's not. You're not always going to draw those cards you sent in. And I'm already maining 3 MSTs because it's a 3 MST format, but though it's a less trap format, my head hurts when what players think of.
You play triple MST because of like things like Cleaves, and there are still some traps.
Right.
So it's a good thing to have triple MST.
Right. So it's the hardest matchup because Combo 1 doesn't affect them as hard as other decks would, since they're like being pendulum some from the deck or extra deck for their case. It doesn't really matter. I could bounce them back to the hand all I want. They're just gonna play it next turn. Hell, if I bounce, I'm afraid to bounce a disc sometimes if it was normal stun without tributing, because now I'm probably gonna give them the option to tribute some of that sucker next turn.
Yeah, so Clees are a very tough matchup, but that's a lot. That's just a tough matchup for a lot of people.
Ready Abyss don't have a problem.
A little bit. Well, the problem is because Clifforts bring more power to the table than Burning Abyss do.
That is
I'm
fair.
talking about raw power.
Oh yeah, that's fair. And dropping a skill drain against my deck will always beat me. Literally, when I face against skilled Clees, my Yosenjus anti-meta deck just became a rank 4 spam.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, those are all the meta. Those are all the meta decks. We could one quick run off on heroes. It's tier 2.
Heroes aren't doing enough, really. But in any case, Fossil Dyna. Bye, hero.
Just play it like how you would play Shaddolls.
Yeah.
Not even kidding. So that's all the matchup. So that's why I believe Yosenjus are really good. They only have one bad matchup in the meta.
And that is Cleese, which, understandable.
Totally understandable. But when I look at the meta today and all the events that's been happening, more people are playing Necros, BAs, Satellas. Those are the 3 most represented decks I've been seeing.
No, it's BAs, Cleese, Necros. Not Satellas.
Sorry.
BAs, Cleese, Necros.
You know, I was thinking about YCS Charleston. It was more Satellas and Cleese.
Well, that's because there was no Necros.
Fair enough.
YCS Tacoma, the top 32 was 22 Necros, 6 Burning Abyss, 4 Clifford.
That's it? That's all it was?
Well, because Necros was new. Everyone was just hopping on that Necro dick.
That Necro bandwagon. Anyway, so that's why I think Yosenjus are a great deck in this format. They can really stop those meta decks, no problem. And plus, there's nothing better than beating a 700 card deck like Necros
with a $7 card.
Fossil Dyna. It's it really does show you that price. The price of a deck doesn't show.
It's
doesn't matter.
Strength.
Yeah.
Its price does not mean it's the best. But in any case, let us know what you think in the comment section below. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel.
Please don't subscribe.
Subscribe. In the description below, we'll have our Dueling Network account names.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to duel us, just message us. If we're on, we'll gladly duel you. You can leave even a challenge in the comment section below. Just leave your Dueling Network account name.
We'll find you.
We'll look for you. Or whatever. But I'm Rob, and this is Carlos. Again, we are Arrowhead YGO, signing out.